Okay, so I'm waiting for the taxi to take me to Mount Gambier Airport, and I'm being flown to Melbourne, care of WP Elevation.
There was a post by Kylie and Karen in the Facebook group, and this was only 2 weeks ago, with a beautiful photo of them showing how they've been accountability partners for a year and a half, and they've only just met in real life after talking to each other weekly. So we thought it'd be awesome if we could fly them down to Melbourne from South Australia and just have a chat to them about it and get their story. Meeting Kylie was so cool. I haven't met her face to face before, but I feel like I know her because we speak online all the time and we're in the Facebook group. So it was such a special thing to meet her face to face. I loved it.
There are planes flying. You may hear that one flying overhead. Unfortunately, my one does not appear to want to do that at the moment. At some stage I'll tell you about my car breaking down on the way to seeing Kylie and how I had to be towed to Harndorf. So all these trips have had their challenges, shall we say, but it's not going to stop. I am going to get to Melbourne. I am going to see Kylie again for the second time. I am going to meet Troy and Jen and Roy and the others at WPE. It's not going to stop me. The excitement may have gone, but determination has kicked in.
We were all on tenterhooks to find out what was happening with poor Karen, who was stranded at Mount Gambier Airport. So something had happened to the engine and the poor thing was stuck there all day while we were out having lunch and having a great time. So she finally got in at 7:15 last night, and when I got to meet her, it was so special, and I was just so relieved that she actually got here. And thank goodness we'd booked a couple of nights so she can actually now get to meet Troy properly and get to have a feel of the team and what we're all about. So thank goodness it all worked out in the end.
I made it!
It's been a crazy busy couple of days, as well as being in launch mode because we've just launched as well. We've been having some great fun doing some interviews with the girls. So I had a chat to them this morning about being each other's accountability partner, and we're going to use that content for the members site and show people how the whole accountability partner thing works. And Troy's had an interview with them today that went for about half an hour. We're going to use that on our live stream to sort of show what the members are all about here. So the girls have felt like, I think, like rock stars because we've been moving them from one studio to another with bright lights shining in their face and photos and doing lots of interviews. So they've had a great time, I think, but it's been really busy. So I think they'll be looking forward to going back to their hotel tonight and just chilling.
What to say about the last few days? Awesome is probably a word that's used far too frequently and probably not meant. Incredible, amazing, to have met the entire team, to have spent lunch with Troy and picking his brains and him giving us coaching and mentoring. You know, that's priceless. Actually meeting all these guys has been priceless. So thank you, WP Elevation. It's been an amazing few days. Thanks to everybody, thanks to Troy, Jen, who did all the admin and arranging, Ray, Max. Sorry I didn't get to meet you, Simon. Next time, maybe. Thank you once again. It has been incredible.
Hello and welcome to WP Elevation. It is great to have you with us, and today I'm very excited. I want to talk to you about how to get the most out of your accountability partners that we buddy you up with and the whole process. And we're very lucky to have flown from South Australia 2 accountability partners who went really well together back to our Melbourne studio. So please welcome Karen Leslie and Kylie Martin.
Hi.
It's great to have you girls.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here.
Thank you.
I love this story because they've been partnered. They did the 8-week course, but have continued this accountability partnership, and they're, as you girls call it, business buddies. And it's been going for a year and a half, and such great strength and stuff has come out of this. So I wanted to get them to sort of share that with you and fill you in. So before I ask you some questions, I'll just let you know the basics about how it starts, and then we'll let you take over and tell us what happens after the email. So what we do is we first of all send out, once you've been with us for a week or so, an email asking if you'd like to be buddied up with someone. And if you say yes, then we find out a few details about your business and where you're located. We then try and match you with someone in a similar area, hopefully a similar time zone if it's not the same country. And then we will send you both an email telling you, introducing you to each other and saying, take it over from here. We'd like you to meet up weekly, however you'd like to do that, and we give you a bit of a loose agenda. So do you want to maybe start, Kylie, and tell us what happens once you get that first email?
Well, I then connected with Karen and yeah, just basically introduced myself and said, hi, here I am, you know, love to catch up with you. And yeah, then it just went from there. Karen emailed back and we kind of was, you know, exchanging emails for a little while, but then decided on a actual time that we can get on the phone, I think it was Skype, and yeah, we could actually hear each other's voices and see each other.
Well, you could see me.
I could see
Internet
Karen.
connection.
Internet connection, yeah. So then we decided that it was best that we could, you know, phoning was the better option. Yeah. So we made a time that every, you know, Thursday we could block out, you know, 30 minutes first thing on a Thursday morning just to actually see how we were going that week with everything and compare notes, which was really good. Yeah. So, yeah.
And how did you go? Did you stick to an agenda? What did you do with the whole agenda thing each week?
Initially, we started off with the agenda, but it didn't always work out that way. We tried, but I guess every partnership has to make their agenda work for them.
Yep.
And with us, we could be talking about the course, we could be talking about clients, putting a website live.
Yeah.
There was a whole
range of things, you know, and personally what was going on in our lives at the time that that is why we couldn't complete that week's work.
Occasionally, there was the confession of, actually, I haven't finished this bit yet.
So it was
but this is the reason why.
Yeah.
You know.
How did that go? Because obviously when you first pair up, you don't know each other that well, and you do have to be a bit vulnerable by saying, well, I didn't do this, or how are you going with that? Yeah. How did you both find that?
Yeah, well, at the start, I found that to be like, oh, I wonder what Karen's going to think of me because I haven't done that. But, you know, it actually was good to be feeling uncomfortable because that's where I knew I was kind of growing as a business person. So she gave me the confidence to say, you know, hey, look, that's okay. Life happens. Yeah. You know, so it was really good to be able to have that support that she gave me. So.
And I think we were also working out of when we were going to be realistic about things.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to say, oh, I haven't done that. Oh, I'll catch up on Sunday or whatever. And actually that's not always realistic, and then you're putting more pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was being realistic about when can we catch up. And we did both complete it and on time.
Yeah.
So there was the motivation there as well.
Yeah, that's right. And it was kind of, and we were actually pushing each other along, I think. I feel like we were, you know, okay, yeah. And then Karen would say, oh, so you don't think you can complete that then? And I'm like, no, I've got a birthday party, I've got this, I've got that to do. And then, she would, I think because we were kind of working together, and it was like, you know, we could push each other and feel uncomfortable at times, but also be there to support.
It's kind of coaching each other.
Coaching each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I really like that. Yeah. So the biggest benefits of sticking to this and doing it properly, what would you say the biggest benefits were?
You really don't want to get left behind.
No.
Because everybody else is talking about it in the community as well. And it really is the motivation to keep going, and you want to finish it. And it's really good stuff, and you see it working. You start implementing it and you see it working.
And you see it working, that's right. As soon as you get that first proposal back and they've accepted it, it's like, oh my God, I can do this.
Yeah. And you're sharing each other's celebrations as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're getting something right and you can celebrate together.
Yeah, that's right.
What about you? What was your biggest benefit you found over that 8-week period?
I think just having that support and building up my confidence. Like Karen really was there to be able to go, hey, keep going, and giving me little tips along the way, business tips, so to be able to help me. And she's great at coaching, as like just naturally comes to Karen. So she's really supportive, and it was great to have that. So for me as a benefit, just to know that there was somebody else doing what I was doing and knowing the course, and being able to implement it together type thing was great.
And the thing is, we both got stuck at different times
Yeah.
and different points.
Yeah.
And because I don't think we were stuck at the same point at the same time,
No,
you can help each
it was-
other.
we
And
can
if
help.
we are, there's always the forum,
Yeah.
other things to turn to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
So
good tip.
We became more as business buddies, but we also became good mates and friends as well. So I think we can, I can say that, Karen's a really good friend of mine, so I can be texting her going, so
That long-term business relationship.
Business relationship, and it's
Definitely,
turned into we can work together now, so we can be doing that, which is really nice.
And I love hearing those stories when things like that really evolve. And I suppose on that, to make this work the best that it can you both give me one tip that we can give our newbies to say, okay, we've prepared you up, what's the best tip you can give to make this really work?
Well, the first tip that I would give was make the time, commit to that time. So block that out, decide on a good time once a week that you guys can just stay accountable for. So block it out, and if it's just got to be 10 minutes, to catch up and see how you're going, block it out, and if stuff happens, life happens, and if it's not the right day, or if it's not, someone's got to push a website live, then but make another time, follow up and make another time,
Okay, so commit, and then make sure you do reschedule if things happen. You don't just let it go.
Yeah.
And what about you, Karen?
Yeah,
what
and
would your tips be?
it's a relationship. So if somebody else doesn't get in touch with you for a while, you make that approach. You send them. It's a relationship. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
And it is really important. And if there are any people that are signing up that are thinking, I'm not going to say yes to that email, say yes to the email.
Say yes.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, seriously,
out of
say
it.
yes. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Kylie's more design, I'm more technical. And you can see that as something that works against each other, or you can see it as something that complements each other. And that's what we see it as. You don't know what you're going to get from that other person. And you don't know how long it's going to last for.
Yeah,
It
that's
may
right.
be a lot longer than the 8
That's
weeks.
right.
Yeah.
And the universe brings people together for a reason. So, and you don't know it yet. Which is the whole lovely thing.
Oh, that's so good. I love it. Well, I think we've got some really good tips on how to get started and how to really make this work. So thank you so much for joining us. I've loved having you here in the studio as Troy and showing you around, and it's great to have you with us. And I think
exciting.
let's all do a sign off to go elevate for our newbies. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go
elevate!
I'm Kylie and I'm from South Australia. I'm from rural South Australia, so about 2 hours from Adelaide in a small town called Karoonda. I live on a farm with my husband and 3 children, and I've got my own graphic design and web design business that I run, as well as helping with the family and the farm. It was a little bit muddled, like there was no processes, there was no systems or anything like that in place. So when, a client came to me, I kind of, would fumble about and get back to them, but there was no real, I didn't distinctively know what I needed to do next. So going through the course, kind of gave me the tools to be able to communicate better with my clients and to put some processes in place and systemize things as much as I could to get that process happening better. So the biggest change for me was I was more confident within myself. So I had a clear vision of who I wanted to target, and I was more confident in selling my services to them. So before that, yeah, if somebody came along and told me that they wanted a website but they could only afford $500, I'd snap it up, But going through the course allowed me to build my confidence and my worthiness, and gave me that ability to be able to charge more and to also just feel more confident within myself and within my whole business. I was just Googling, and I'd been looking for something like this for a little while because I knew how to do the technical side of things in my business, like doing some graphic design and being able to lay out design and brochures and stuff like that, but I didn't know how to put some processes in place to communicate with my clients and just to follow up and that type of thing. So going through the blueprint, finding that was just like, hallelujah. I got the chance to actually talk with Troy personally and connect with him. So, and also I did some more research for myself. So I was listening to the WPE podcasts. I dove right into those, and I just knew that the content was gonna really suit my business and really help me. I resonated with a lot of his philosophies and theories, and I just thought that this was going to be the game changer for me. So yeah, that investment in the course, doing the blueprint, it was going to pay for itself really quickly. I have met so many new people online, and I've got a small community of friends that I keep in touch with a lot, and I've connected with a lot of people all over the world, and I live rurally, so I don't feel alone anymore. I feel like I've got my own tribe that I can talk to, connect with every day, and I can jump in the group and just ask a question. I feel supported. I was comfortable the whole way, and if I had a silly question, what I thought was a silly question, it wasn't. Somebody else was wanting to know the answer to that exact same question. So it's really exciting. I really enjoy it, and I love still connecting with everybody. So yeah, it's brilliant. And the content is still great. I've seasoned, salt and peppered, all of the, emails and that type of thing to my language and to how I talk to my clients. So yeah, it's really good. And yeah, I've had some feedback from the clients, and they're like, wow, this girl knows her stuff. So that's really good. It makes me feel like a professional. I would say to them, take the leap, because you just never know what is out there. But honestly, it's the best decision of your life, because it changes things rapidly. It's sitting on the fence, you're not doing anything, so you're not moving forward. And yeah, why not move forward with your business and just do that? Like, take the chance and do it. And if money's an issue, I think the universe gives us back what we give out. So if you're going to spend that money, then you're going to get a whole lot more back. So really, it is the best business decision that I've ever made. So, and I'm really glad that I did. So when I joined WPE, in the first week we were signed an accountability partner. At the time I wasn't quite sure who else in South Australia had joined up with the course, so I wasn't sure whether I was going to be assigned with somebody close or far away. But turns out that my accountability partner Karen was 4 hours away, and we started off by doing a half-an-hour call every single week, and it just kept us accountable, so keeping up with the course and all the modules. And if we had a question or something, we'd just email each other or text each other through the week, and ask what she did, or she'd ask me what I did, and if we had any difficulty with it, what we thought of it. She's a businesswoman as well, so to be able to connect with her and to network with her, and she has her strengths and I have mine. So out of the accountability partners, we've actually, you know, being able to work together and do some work for each other. So, which has been really great. The top tips would be to block out that time in your diary every single week to connect with that person, to connect with your partner, to, you know, absorb yourself in what's been going on, because you both know what the course is doing. So make that time in your diary. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes, it can just be 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but we decided 30, so yeah, we go over quite a bit. So and keep them accountable, you know, like, which means that you are as well, because you know what the course is doing. So you've got to keep up with asking them the questions and, you know, how's it going this week? You know, implementing your proposals or working that out. At the start, we had a little bit of an agenda, so it was kind of going over the week and, you know, what we did for the week and what we didn't achieve for the week. But then as we got to know each other, we just kind of let it roll. It was like, hi, how you going? And we became friends and, you know, business buddies, but then more as a personal relationship. So yeah, as a personal friendship, which is really good, because, you know, you can never have too many friends.